Welcome back again, Nerd Squad. We are loving how much you love the She-Hulk. And as a thank you for your love of Jennifer Walters, we are back to give you a part 3 to the top 10 scary She-Hulk facts that you need to know. Now, of course, I will admit I had to get a little creative with some of these when it comes to the interpretation of the word scary, so just bear with me. The word is relative anyway. We all find different things super scary. For me, it's possession. Scariest thing there is. In a sense, She-Hulk sort of experiences that type of thing on the daily, being possessed by her Hulk side. Sort of. And she actually loves and embraces this type of possession. Not scary at all to her. What do you find the most scary? And are you excited for She-Hulk to join the MCU? Do you think we will see a lighter interpretation to Jennifer's character, or a darker, more gritty side of her? Gray She-Hulk and all that goodness. Let us know in the comments below. Spark a debate. But before you do, let's get counting. Number 10. She lost a wrestling match. In the Spider-Gwen alternate verse, Earth 65, she is Savage She-Hulk, a pro wrestler, who ends up losing a match. What? Which admittedly isn't that terrifying when it's revealed that she did it on purpose. The match was more of a promotional event which allowed She-Hulk to assure money was donated to a charity by throwing it, which is actually less scary, but it is super cute and a neat fact about this She-Hulk alternate. I also love the way she is drawn in the series. Everyone in the Spider-Gwen series always looks so cool. Number 9. THOR. Whether you ship it or not, this is now a thing. During the 2018 Avengers series, She-Hulk develops a crush on Thor, and the two seem to fall for one another. She-Hulk is afraid though that Thor only likes her for her power and not herself, that he's more into the brute strength of She-Hulk than he is into Jen. Later in the series, the two have a heart-to-heart and it is revealed that Thor is falling for Jen in all forms, and the two kiss. Well, it may seem like I am picking on Jen here for including this on a scary facts list, especially since I included Wolfman on the previous list that I did. I personally find this relationship scary because I'm afraid it will make its way into the MCU. Well, I think the two work well as a couple in the comics. I'm not really ready for Thor to start dating anyone yet. I want him to kind of take some me time, and I definitely want to get to know She-Hulk as a character before she gets shipped with anyone. Fortunately, the MCU has a tendency to ignore the status quo and deviate from comic book lore now and then, especially when it comes to relationships. Here's hoping that's what they decide for these heavy hitters. Number 8. Her mother was murdered. That's right, we're actually getting into some of the scary stuff now. This was kind of a wrong place, wrong time scenario for her mother. It turns out that She-Hulk's mother, Elaine, died in a car accident when Jennifer was just a teenager. But what sounds like an accident wasn't. Jennifer's father, who was an officer of the law, had been targeted by mob boss Nicholas Trask, a villain who is sprinkled throughout the Marvelverse, along with She-Hulk's history. Trask's hit was intended for her father, Morris Walters, but it missed and ended up resulting in Elaine's death instead. While losing her mother so young seems scary, and I'm sure for Jennifer or anyone else who has experienced such a loss it really is, this event also inspired Jen's fight for justice and put her on the path towards becoming a lawyer. Number 7. Loss of control. During the search for She-Hulk storyline, Jennifer is laying low in Idaho. That rhyme pleases me. She has retreated from her teammates due to the fact that she has lost control over her transformations and doesn't really know how to deal with that. Eventually, her superhero friends catch up to her, which causes her to freak out again and lose control. Nice guys, real nice, just what she was running away from. They of course call in Bruce, hoping he can talk her down, as Jen has been seen doing many times for him. Almost creepily a la Black Widow's role in the MCU. Let's not talk about the implication of those parallels, shall we? Unfortunately, this doesn't work, and in the end, Bruce ends up getting all angry as well and transforms. The two fight and completely destroy the town of Bone, Idaho. She-Hulk blames herself, but the people want to lay blame on the Hulk, which of course only leads to Jennifer feeling even worse. Number 6. Radiation weakness. It seems odd, I know, but radiation is actually one of her biggest weaknesses. But wait, doesn't gamma radiation also give her powers? Yes, it does. Only certain types of radiation actually affect She-Hulk in such a negative way, but some have even caused her to be unable to transform, like when she was sent to deal with a radiation leak on the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. She is usually more susceptible to this weakness when in her human form. For Jen, losing her powers is likely more terrifying than that time she was permanently stuck in her hulked out form. She really likes being She-Hulk. Number 5. The other She-Hulk. This She-Hulk comes to us from the Earth of 8009, and is a clone of Jennifer Walters. Just kidding. She is actually the daughter of Thundra and the Hulk, and her name is Lyra, which I guess makes her a once-removed cousin to the She-Hulk of Earth 616, who she actually sometimes refers to as her aunt. So admittedly, she's not that scary, though she can be a scary level of intense and strong. She has teamed up with Jennifer before, as well as fought her before. You know those Hulks, they love to resolve issues with their fists sometimes. A scary fact about our alternate She-Hulk is that she did at one point make out with Norman Osborn. Ugh. Not something I'd ship. Number 4. Body swap ability. When She-Hulk needs to alert her friends on a spaceship while she is down on a planet's surface, she is forced to get resourceful. What's a She-Hulk to do? Why, learn how to body swap, of course. It's not that hard. Really. It isn't. She-Hulk quote unquote learns this ability during the sensational She-Hulk series, when an ovoid makes adjustments in her brain using their telekinetic abilities. She asks how to learn the ability which the ovoids possess, but they say all you need to do is just have your brain slightly rewired, and they know just how to do that. Also, apparently telekinetic brain surgery is more enjoyable than your average brain surgery, as it also results in She-Hulk experiencing a burst of euphoria. Very interesting. From here on out in the comics, She-Hulk now has the ability to body swap, though this seems to be a power she often forgets she has, as it is not really utilized. Number 3. Red She-Hulk. There is a chance with the introduction of Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk into the MCU, we might even get Red She-Hulk. We already have General Thaddeus Ross in the MCU, and Hulk Tasha is obviously no longer a thing as Natasha is dead. The time seems ripe to introduce one of the comic book loves of the Hulk's life, and his cousin's sometimes nemesis, Red She-Hulk, aka Betty Ross. I also love that her character is named Betty Ross, because every time I hear it I think of Betsy Ross, who is deemed responsible for the creation of the American flag in regards to American history. Neat. Also, Betsy Ross sounds like it could be a name more from the 60s than the 1800s. Time travel plot maybe? Betty Ross was at one time Bruce's wife and the daughter of General Ross. After being exposed to gamma radiation after being resurrected, Betty became Red She-Hulk, but this wasn't revealed until much later in the comics. Shockingly, after she was stabbed by Scar, Hulk's son. She seriously kicked She-Hulk's butt in a fight that happened in The Incredible Hulk Volume 2, issue 606, and it would be neat to see the two go head to head on the screen as well. 2 Hulks are better than 1 after all. And with the alternate She-Hulk, 3 Hulks are better than 2. Ooh. Number 2. Thanos almost killed her. In part 1 of our She-Hulk Scary Facts list, we talked a little bit about the result of this incident when discussing She-Hulk turning grey. You see, right as Civil War II kicks off, She-Hulk is fighting alongside Captain Marvel with the A-Force team. During the catalyst event surrounding Civil War II, when Ulysses predicts Thanos coming to Earth and then it happens, She-Hulk gets tangled up in this tussle. While fighting Thanos, she gets blown up by a misfired missile and then suffers a direct attack from Thanos. This attack made her flatline and have to be resuscitated while in the hospital, before she lapsed into a full-out coma, which was probably even more terrifying for her, because as a result of being knocked out of the fight, She-Hulk really had no say in what happened in the events of Civil War II. What's more, her last words before going comatose are directed toward her friend at the time, Carol, imploring Danvers to continue to fight for their future. It isn't until the end of the war that she actually wakes up. Coming so close to almost dying is already enough to deal with, but Jennifer wakes up and also has to deal with the loss of her friends and the death of her cousin Bruce, as a result of the war and to some extent, her own words. Harsh. Number 1. Stronger than the Hulk. In the events where we saw the Avengers go up against the Dark Celestials, Jennifer was granted extra power by a fallen Celestial, raising her gamma radiation levels. Dark Celestials, by the way, are probably some of the craziest villains the Avenger crew has ever come up against. They are gods with only the one above all, and maybe the Watchers rivaling them in terms of their rank on the godlike hierarchy. When the Celestial imbued She-Hulk with this gamma radiation, it allowed her to rise above the power levels of even her cousin Bruce, when he is in his Hulk state. We see evidence of this in the 2018 Avengers series in issue 8. Doctor Strange examines her and we find out that the level of gamma energy she can harness is even beyond that of the Hulk. Doctor Strange also speculates this might be why She-Hulk has been somewhat changed in terms of being more like her cousin when it comes to her mental faculties while in her Hulk state. He recommends she wait until they can perform more testing before heading back into the field, but Jen, you know her. She refuses to acquiesce. She not gonna wait for nobody. Thank you so much for joining me, Nerd Squad. Have you still not had enough of She-Hulk? Do you want more? Would you like to learn more about Red She-Hulk, or first cousin once removed She-Hulk Lyra, or niece Lyra? Let us know in the comments below. I am personally just so happy that you are enjoying these lists as much as we are all enjoying writing them for you. Are you excited for Disney Plus and the She-Hulk series? What other characters would you like to join the MCU? How do you feel about the potential changes to She-Hulk's origin story? While you're on your way down to the comments to share your thoughts and voice your opinions, remember to tap that sub and ring that bell. And if you love the Jade Giantess as much as us, click that like. This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you to stay nerdy, YouTube.